Welcome to a new series that I've created for you traders to help you improve your trading strategy. I'm calling this series Strategy Optimization Series. And in this series, I want to help you improve your strategy. Many people have a strategy, but they don't really understand some few nitty-gritties. I know people who trade ICT, I know people who trade trend following, I know people who are contrarian traders. Many people have different approaches to trading, but there are common factors that we all need to understand. Now, in the next couple of videos, you'll be seeing that I'll be posting from my end. I'll be teaching you how to optimize. When we're talking about time sessions, what do I need to look at? When we're talking about a trend, what do I need to pay attention to? When we're talking about trading style, depending on your uniqueness and your personality, what do I need to focus on? So that's what I want to talk about in this series, and I hope you guys enjoy. And make sure to follow it. I'll put it in a playlist so that you follow it step by step to the end, just like you've been following our podcast. The goal this year is to take your trading from 100, from whatever percent it is, and at least improve it. What we keep saying here with Ken at Financial Hub, 1% improvement every day. At the end of the year, you'll see massive change. Okay, so take notes, write down, save this video, do whatever you need to do, and understand what it takes to become a profitable Forex trader. So for today, I'm going to be talking about trading sessions, episode 1, and this video is proudly brought to you by Pepperstone and Financial Hub. So trading sessions. What are trading time sessions? Okay, this is simply when the economic and trading activity of a country officially begins and ends. Okay, so it has a beginning, it has an end. At this time, traders are most active and the native currency is actively circulating in that specific economy. So trading is 24/5. What do I mean? It is 24 hours, 5 days a week. We all know that. Okay, but what you need to pay attention to is time sessions. Now, there are various time sessions, 4 main trading time sessions that we normally know. There's the Asian and Sydney session. I consider it more or less the same. They have not left each other with a big gap. Then we have the London session, and then we have the New York session. So Asian session, which is basically the Tokyo session, Sydney session, the Australian session, London and New York session. So when we're talking about session, it basically means, as I've explained here, the time when the economic and trading activity begins. Trading is 24/5, meaning it is 24 hours, 5 days a week. So when I normally say the market is opening, market is closing, many people normally wonder, what are we talking about? I thought you said markets are 24/5. Now, in each and every day, we have time zones, okay? We have the New York, London, Asian, Sydney, okay? When you talk, for example, of the London session basically means the stock market in the London economy is open and trading activity is going on. That is what we mean by economic activity and trading activity happening in the country. And the main currency that the London people are using is the pound. Okay, so that's why when the London opens, it's easy to see the pound pairs fluctuating because the pound is in demand and supply. So hope that makes sense. So most of the stock markets are open 8 hours or less. You'll find that, and I've talked about this just here. Okay, but before we go there, we can see also the Asian session and Sydney has low volatility, there's slow movement. So I don't pay too much attention on the Asian and Sydney session, and I'll come and explain that later on. London session, we have high liquidity and strong trends. Okay, high liquidity and strong trends. And then New York, extreme volatility and major breakouts. Remember, for us to have those breakouts, we need strong volatility. And now New York, when they merge with the London session, they have a lot of volume. And I've talked about it here. 70% of the daily Forex volume happens during the London and New York session. My 2 main time sessions are London and New York. Now, if I take you back down memory lane, I used to trade anytime. A few of my students came and asked me, Caleb, did you trade your time sessions and all that? If you found me about 2-3 years ago and asked me, Caleb, what time sessions do you trade? I used to say, when my system strategy gets to my entry point, I don't care what time it is, I'm going to take that entry. And from experience, and I want you guys to avoid doing this. I used to trade anytime. So I'd wake up at 3 a.m. sometimes. By 4, if I have my candlestick has closed on the 1 hour, 5 a.m., I have an entry. I see my trade is at the entry level that I was looking at. I used to execute the trade. Before I sleep, 11, 12 a.m., around that time, maybe I was waiting for a certain trade, and if I've gotten an entry, I'd execute that trade. Now, I noticed that these trades used to be very good, but they used to bring a lot of losses, premature losses, okay, on trades that are actually right, okay? What do I mean? You've seen here, I've just explained that London has high liquidity and strong trends, and New York has high extreme volatility, major breakouts. When you talk of major breakouts, the breakout can be either a successive breakout or a false breakout. Okay, now when London and New York used to come, remember I've taken my trade at 5 a.m. London has come, New York has come. Markets used to spike my stop loss, then close back above my entry point, and then rally to target. At that time, I'm normally worn out. I don't want anything to do with that pair. I'm emotional. I victimize myself and say the market has come for my stop loss. The people watching my trade, they just hunted my stop loss and then went to target. So I had a series of those. I had many of those types of trades. So I sat down and compiled all my trades together, and I came and figured out, look, I have very many good trades. Most of them work, but I tend to lose on those trades because I was early in the market. Timing is everything. And I've talked about this before. If you're right on direction and wrong on timing, that is a wrong trade. Okay, so you have to learn how to be right on direction and right on timing. That is all trading is about. Any strategy comes down to those two things. How can I know where market is going, direction, and how can I know when is the right time to buy, timing. So now I came and updated. So I came and found that if you trade a lot of the dollar pairs, okay, depending on the pairs you trade, then there's a specific time frame you need to trade. But I'll come to that. Okay. Now, before I go to specifics and all that, what time does the London session start? Now, the London session starts from 10 a.m. Kenyan time, okay, to 6 p.m. Kenyan time. New York starts at 4:30 p.m. and ends at 12:30 a.m. Okay? 4:30 p.m. and ends at 12:30 a.m. Sawa? But there's a catch. If you see here also, London time, there are times that it also starts from 11 a.m. and ends at 7 p.m. And there are times New York starts at 5:30 p.m. and ends at 1:30 a.m. Now this is important. Follow me keenly. Okay? If you notice something, I put a star down here, and I'm talking about March to November when we have the 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then I have November to March when it is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, I can't spoon feed you guys everything. I want you to go do research. Go look at the time changes, okay? The time global changes that happens every twice a year. This affects different countries depending on where they are on the equator. Kenya, we have equal days and equal nights, okay? Because we're on the equator. If you go to places like London, US, depending on which state you are, markets do not always have equal days and equal nights throughout the year, okay? So there are days when it's winter, when the nights are longer than the days, and when it's summer, when the days are longer than the nights, okay? Now that affects their time. So we normally have daylight shifting, okay? Daylight shifting. And if you come here to forexfactory.com, where I normally get my news, okay, come to the calendar. Now you can see on March 9th, we're going to have daylight saving time shift in Canada and the USA. Okay, we're going to have daylight saving time shift in Canada and USA. Okay, so right now we've been in this season from November to March, where market has 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. London session, and New York has 5:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Kenyan time. Now we're going to switch to come into March to November period, where we enter the summertime, where the days are longer than the nights in abroad, okay? We're going to switch the times. Now you can see here, if I come here to the US, the good thing about Forex Factory, if you want to learn something more, just come and click this detail. And if you click on that, It's going to describe for you what it is. The US enters DST and clocks are moved 1 hour forward. Okay, when they move 1 hour forward, we move 1 hour behind. Okay, I won't explain the nitty-gritty. That's what I'm saying. Go do your research. Okay, so when they do that, then New York session is going to change, and then eventually, if I move forward on my calendar, let me just show you. Move forward about 2 weeks after. Okay, about 3 weeks. Still here. Okay, March 30th, Europe and the UK are going to do the same. Okay, if you click here on Europe, same thing. Most of the European countries enter DST and clocks are moved forward by 1 hour. Okay, so we get closer to them. That's why we move from 11 a.m. to 10 a.m. because they moved 1 hour forward, so they've come closer. So if they were here and they move 1 hour forward, they've come closer to us. So our time moves backwards. Okay, and in November they're going to move 1 hour behind, and the time difference is going to change. Okay, so do research on that. It's important for you to understand this. My first few years of trading, I used to wonder, okay, I'm waiting for London Open, I'm wondering, why is it not opening? Kumbe, they've moved 1 hour forward, 1 hour behind. So, it was very confusing back then, but I wanted to explain it here. If you're taking advantage of time sessions, you need to understand this on a basic level, okay? So go do research on this, come here, read full details of daylight saving, time shift, and understand it fully. So, cool. So if you have any question on that, just ask me in the questions below, and I'll think of another video and come and help you improve on that. So why the London session is the powerhouse? So there are a few reasons. London is the largest Forex trading hub, accounting for over 30% of global Forex transactions. Now, if you know or if you don't know, we do over $7 trillion in market volume in the Forex market every single day. If you do 7 times 5, if you're doing it 5 days a week, then you have $35 trillion exchanged every single week. If you do 35 times 4, so that we figure out the month, you're going to have about $140 trillion being exchanged every single month. If London is the largest trading hub, doing 30% of even, let's say, 100 trillion, they do over 30 trillion every single month. So it's important to follow what the London session. It is the financial hub of the world. Both London and New York. New York has really come up. London was the dominant house, but New York has really caught up. But the US is the dominant powerhouse of the stock market, while London is the dominant powerhouse of the Forex market. High volatility and trading volume due to institutional orders, central bank interventions, and economic releases. Okay. USD pairs react to European data, creating trade opportunities. So the best pairs amongst the most is Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CHF, USD JPY, Euro JPY to trade during these times. Okay, during the London session powerhouse. But at the same time, New York session is where the volatility explodes. This is where volatility is crazy. If you trade in the Forex market, during the evening times is when you see crazy. It's when people start saying, I've blown my accounts, I've doubled my accounts, my TP has been reached, my stop loss has been reached. This is the time that determines whether you're right or wrong. Okay, so the New York session overlaps with the London, creating the most volatile time of the day. So if I come back here, okay, let's stick with this one, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now notice, 4:30 p.m. is when New York opens, just before London session closes. So that period, that 1 hour, 30 minutes to about 2 hours, is usually the most volatile because you've brought in two of the most volatile and where the most volume is trading at the same time. That's when most of the trading activity happens in any trading day. Okay, between 4:30 and 6. If we're in the different time session of November to March, it's between 5:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. So pay attention to that. Okay, the US dollar dominates the global financial markets. This is very true. Everyone around the world accepts the dollar. Okay, economic data and Fed policies drive USD pairs. I'll explain more about that in a few. Wall Street opens. This is the Wall Street stock market, adding more volume to the market. Best markets to trade during this time, the same ones that I've talked about here. Yes, this one's also included because they have the dollar. Okay, you can see they have the dollar, maybe apart from Euro GPY, but also gold, indices, so US 30, US 500, US 100, Euro USD, GBP USD, US oil, among many others, and cryptocurrencies as well. You'll see during this time is when the cryptocurrencies markets are also exploding. So those are the times you need to understand the two, where there's volatility, where there's volume, and that's why you see it trending. There's a lot of volatility and volume during New York, and that's why you see many spikes and also market reversals, market trends, they tend to happen, market breakouts, they tend to happen during the New York session time. Okay, so before I conclude, I want to show you a few things. Now, you can see most of the volatility on the Forex market. For example, my trading pairs, I focus on trading gold, so I changed my strategy. If many of you have been following me, you know the pairs I trade. I really tone them down. I only trade indices and gold. Okay, these are trending pairs and I want to focus on trending pairs. I talked about this on a different video, which is on the YouTube channel as well, about that I did on a webinar. Okay, I trade gold and the indices. These are trend following pairs, and I have actually a trade running on US 30 long at the moment, and I took it during the New York session yesterday. I'll explain it more in a different video. Okay, so those are things I'm looking at. When you're looking at strategy time sessions, you need to focus on which time session is best suited for your system, for your pairs, for your personality. If you're working, what is the best time for you to be trading? When do you have free sessions? Okay, maybe 10 a.m. is not the best time because you're busy at work. Maybe you're best at trading in the evening. So you need to formulate your system to trade during that time. So, hey guys, we're taking Forex education to the next level. Join us every week for live exclusive webinars where we break down market insights and trends, fundamental analysis, market sentiment, pro strategies that we use here at Financial Hub, and live Q&A sessions with us. Whether you're a seasoned trader or a beginner, this is an opportunity for you to learn, grow, and trade smarter, all free thanks to Pepperstone. Next session drops soon. Stay tuned and don't miss out. Also, I get much deeper with trade examples in our course. So if you purchase our free course, okay, which is basically free. If you watch our YouTube videos, we explained a new concept that we have where you just deposit money in your Pepperstone account using our link below, and you get access to our course. And where I explain now, the $250 course is the one that explains more about the trades I take, the execution I took, the timing I took. I get into more details of how I'm trading each and every pair. So purchase our course, get an understanding of how we trade. These days, we've taken most of our courses fully online, and that is the best place to be. You're global, you can scale, and fully online. Every community is online and accessible. So that's it for today. That's it from this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video where I will be talking the type of trader you are and the type of strategy you should be using to trade. So stay woke, stay financially literate, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.